In these next few videos, what we're going to do is explore some of the additional utilities that come with Drush that allow us to do things that we would normally do through the Drupal user interface. Now, these are going to be particularly useful when managing content, users, and troubleshooting on a remote site, either by running Drush on the remote site or by using a site alias locally in order to SSH into our remote site. Now, if you don't know what that means, go ahead and look at some of the previous videos on setting up site aliases. Let's go ahead and begin by looking at how to review log messages. Now, if we were on our Drupal site, we would go to Reports and Recent Log Messages, and we would see a full list of messages that would be paginated so we can go through as many pages as we need to. We can also filter the log messages by the type and the severity in order to track down log messages that will help us troubleshoot whatever it is that we're trying to figure out. Now, the simplest way to review this data on the command line is by using the command watchdog show. I'm going to go ahead and jump back to the command line, and let's go ahead and do drush watchdog-show. Now, when we do this, what we see is a set of columns here: the ID of the log message, the date it was made, the severity, type, and the message, just like we would see in the user interface. By default, we're shown the last 10 log messages. If we want to show more, we can pass the count parameter. So I'm going to go ahead and press up in order to copy our previous command, and then I'm going to add the count parameter, and we're going to equal 40 this time. So now if we scroll up this, we'll see that we're seeing the last 40 messages instead. If we want to filter these messages by type or by severity, the quickest way to get to a list of those is by using watchdog list. So I'm going to do drush watchdog-list. What this does is it begins a dialog where we can choose which types of messages to display. So for example, if we want to just show all of the cron-related log messages, we could type 4 and hit enter, and we would see the last 10 messages related to cron. Now, if we know the type that we want to filter by, we can simply pass it as a parameter to show. So we can do drush watchdog-show, add a type equals cron, and at this point we can also use some of the other parameters like count. So we'll show the last 50 log messages that have to do with cron. I'll go ahead and hit enter. And notice here that all of our log messages have the type cron. The watchdog utility also allows us to watch the error messages in real time by using the tail parameter. So if we do drush watchdog-show and then pass it tail and hit enter, we'll see our last log messages. But now if we go to our site and we, for example, go to a page that doesn't exist, I'm going to jump to the browser and let's go ahead and navigate to a random page. I'm going to enter some gobbledygook. So we see a page not found error here, which would trigger a log message. And if we go back to the command line, we'll see that we have warning page not found, and then it shows us the path. If we want to exit out of this, we can use Control-C, which will stop a process on the command line and allow us to go back to the prompt. If we want to filter our watchdog messages by a string of text that's going to be found in the error, we can pass that as a parameter as well to watchdog show. So the text of the command here is drush watchdog-show, and then we're passing it file. And this will search all of the error messages for the term file. And so you can see it shows the last 10 messages that included the word file inside of the message.